What's going on, traders? Hope you guys are doing well and that you all had a good trading day. Today, I'm coming at you with another daily market recap based on my market profile. And we're going to be going over once again what my trade plan said this morning and what ended up happening today. So, to get right into it, we did not have any high impact news events in regards to the ES futures market, directly related to the ES futures market, I should say. So the overnight inventory was 100% net short, which means that the overnight price action was entirely below settlement price from yesterday. We were looking to open in excess lower value for the entire week, and we also made our way back to the session from the week of 9/28 weekly profile. So today I was looking for acceptance above the overnight low at 33.1325. And because overnight inventory was short, the higher probability was for New York to fade the overnight to the upside. So my thinking was if price can hold above the overnight low and use that level as support, I will be looking to take longs up to the 1028 overnight volume point of control at 33.36 and then profile levels higher. If we could not hold that 33.13 quarter level and we move below it, I would be looking towards those weekly profile levels from the week of September 28th. So now let's get into the profile a little bit. You can see the profiles here look pretty strange because they're so stretched out. So it's hard to get a granular view of more than one profile when they're so spread out like this. So what I'm going to do, and just to give you an example, if I zoom into the profiles that are close together, everything looks nice and normal and pretty easy to read. So just one at a time, I'll kind of go through these profiles here. So this one, this blue profile, this long stretched out profile, this is the overnight profile from last night. Just for context, it is just about 9 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, October 28th. So you can see here we have the most recent Globex session profile forming. This was today, Wednesday's regular trading hour profile. And again, this is the overnight. So the overnight inventory was short, once again, because settlement was above the entire overnight profile. So you see if I turn my levels on here, I got 1027 settlement at 33.83, and then we have the entire overnight profile below that level. So that means that, as I discussed yesterday, overnight inventory is short. So with that, when overnight inventory is short, just to reiterate, the higher probability is for New York to fade the overnight. And today we did not get the higher probability play. The play that did occur was us struggling to hold above this 33.13 level, which was the overnight low. Now, going back to the profile here, or I'm sorry, going back to the trade plan, you can see that if we could not hold that 33.13 level, then I would indeed be looking at the lower levels towards the 928 weekly session. So that is exactly what I was looking for as soon as we lost 33.1325 to the downside. So if we actually go over to my regular chart here, let's check out these levels. Let me first clear off some of these indicators here. I'll toggle the indicators so we can just see my major levels here. So if we go back to the open, this is the open right here, 7:30 a.m. my time. So you can see we pushed up very, very briefly. We were living and we opened above the overnight low. We then moved below the overnight low, rather quickly tested this overnight low and confirmed it as a resistance level, right? And then once we broke the overnight low, my target was down here. We had the 9.5 weekly low. We had the current value area high for the session down at this level. So you can see I have these levels marked off, and I actually ended up removing some of my major levels because we started dipping so quickly. So these higher levels lost relevance rather quickly for me. So you can see that I marked off a lot of these value area levels and profile levels from the current profile. You can see CVAH, that's current value area high. I had the 9.5 weekly low here, which got some nice reaction there. Once we broke below that, quick retest confirmed as resistance, and then a nice flush down. We flush down then to the current profile's point of control, 32.8550. Once again, used that level as good resistance, and then proceeded to move down into the current volume point of control and the initial balance low. I believe that was right there. So you can see that once price started to move below my levels, I started to work in new levels, because obviously once price hit all of my or most of my downside targets rather quickly, I was preparing myself for further downside action to see and prepare for new trade opportunity at lower levels. So that is precisely what I did. You can see I actually have a little range here, which ended up being between two weekly levels on the profile, and as well as two session levels here. So you can see, if I go back to the profile, that I have this range, and this level was the current value area low, and we also had a volume node here, the top of a volume node on this regular trading hours profile. So that was a range here. I technically could have put a little area here between 81.75 and 83.75. That was the initial balance level, and then the point of control from the regular trading hour session. So let's go on back to the trade plan, and we will talk about the line in the sand here. All right, so just to reiterate, line in the sand today was 33.13. And my thoughts on this level were that if we could move and hold above that 33.13 level, we were going to see 33.17, 26, 36, 42, and 56. Those were my upside profile targets. Now on the downside, I was thinking if we could not hold and get acceptance above 33.13, which means do a lot of business there, spend a lot of time above that level, then we would be seeing 33.11 rather quickly, of course, 32.98, 92.75, and 32.88, which we did see indeed all of those levels. So we go back to the profile. You can see that I have a lot of these levels marked off on the weekly profile. So I'll toggle the drawings real quick, and we'll go through what the trade plan said. So essentially, the overnight low was right around here. It was 33.13, right in this area. So 33.11.50, that was my first target, because this was a weekly low from the September 28th session. So that was hit quickly. Second downside target was 32.98.25. 32.98.25 was the weekly low from the week of September 7th. You can see that right over here to the left. So that target got taken out nicely as well. Third target was 32.92.75, and you can see that that level is actually right where we are right now, happens to be, and that was the value area low from the weekly profile from the week of September 14th. So 3 weekly profile levels wiped out rather quickly after we lost the overnight low, and we could not hold above or get acceptance above that. So after we saw that level get taken out, it did not take very much time at all for the 32.88 level to get taken out, and you can see that level is right here, which is the value area high from the week of September 21st. So all of these downside targets got wiped out nicely. You can actually see we have a naked point of control here on the weekly profile from 32.38. So as a little peek into a forecast, I would be looking for that level to get wiped out if we cannot hold, especially above today's low. But if we lose this level, very, very likely that this 32.38 level gets hit. Kind of besides the point for this video, I just wanted to point that out. So this profile system, I suppose you could say, that I use, it allows me to have edge in various different ways. It allows me to have edge from just a very basic standpoint. It gives me a lot of nice levels to take trades off of. As you can see, going back to a regular chart, just really, really nice opportunity off of these profile levels here. Absolutely beautiful. And when you see the opportunity like this, again, at the base level, it just gives you good spots to scalp, good spots to take profit, target, etc. Getting a little bit more advanced, you can see, like I use the overnight inventory, you can gain insight on what the higher probability play is. Doesn't mean it's always going to happen. It's not 100%. Maybe 70% of the time it'll happen. But you can see that with that line in the sand, how I use it, you can very easily flip your bias. You could say, okay, line in the sand got taken out. Now it is resistance. It was previously support. So if this line in the sand, this overnight low in this case from the 28th, if this is deemed to be resistance now, where are we going to go? We're going to go to our lower profile levels. Here was our first target taken out. There was the current value area high for the profile from regular trading hour. And then we proceeded to very, very orderly move down through these levels. It's not a coincidence by any means. You can plot these profile levels from my trade plan. I say it all the time. Plot these. You can use nothing else but price action and these levels, and you could be a very, very successful trader because these levels are such high probability. So that's why, even though the high probability play didn't play out today, I did well with my trading because I had if-then scenarios played out. I could say if overnight low broke to the downside, I'm going to likely be looking for shorts because we are very likely not going to be playing out the higher probability move, and we're going to be moving to the downside. So with that, we'll just go back to the profile one more time and give you guys a little bit of a look at what we've got going on currently. I'll toggle all my drawings and give you one last recap of my thoughts for today's session. So my thoughts for today's session. 33.13 was the line in the sand, as you can see that I put in my profile plan this morning. So we could not hold above 33.13 for very long at all. We proceeded to move down below 33.13. We hit the 33.11 target. We then moved down and we hit the 32.98 target, which was a profile level from a weekly profile, and it also ended up being today's value area high. Once we wiped out 98.25, we moved down to 32.92.75, which was once again another weekly level. It just so happens to be that the current high is 32.93.75, so just 1 point away from that other major weekly profile level. Last target that we got wiped out was that 32.88 level, which was once again another weekly profile level. As you can go over here and see, that was the value area high from the week of September 21st. These trade opportunities present themselves on a daily basis when using market profile. You can be patient and you can wait for price to come to these levels, and you know that you instantly have probability on your side, especially when combined with indicators, such as the indicators that we use in our proprietary indicator package. So if you guys enjoyed this video, if you enjoy the market profile recaps, if you enjoy the market profile forecasts, please feel free to like and subscribe. Also check out the links in the description below where you can find a ton of information on the trading network. You can find access to our free Facebook group. You can find access to our website where you can sign up for one-on-one mentorship with me. You can also purchase our Fundamentals of Future Trading course, which was just released. And you can also purchase the access to our proprietary indicator package, as well as our private Discord group where you can watch me trade Monday through Friday starting at 9:30 a.m. and you can ask me questions live while we trade together. So with that, guys, I hope you enjoyed another daily market profile recap, and I will see you guys in the next video.